Okay, let's talk skincare. If you're anything like me, you might have a bathroom shelf that's kind of overflowing. Specialized cleansers, toners, maybe 5 different serums, a whole range of moisturize.
Oh, absolutely. It's a common situation.
Right. We all seem to know what products we're told to buy, but here's the thing I've realized. Almost no one really understands the critical rules, the science-backed stuff about when to apply them or like why the order matters so much.
Exactly. And that order, it's honestly the difference between investing in really potent, effective ingredients
Yeah.
and, well, essentially pouring that money down the drain.
How so?
Well, people are using these amazing active ingredients, things designed to get deep into the skin, but then they might slap on a heavy cream way too early.
Blocking it.
Precisely. They block the actives from ever getting where they need to go. So our deep dive today is really about cutting through all that confusion. We're working from a really comprehensive guide that details these exact steps, the product order, the right ingredients for different skin types.
And it even gets into lifestyle stuff too, right? Like diet and age.
Yes,
Hmm.
because those factors fundamentally change what your skin needs.
Okay, so let's be super clear on the mission here for you listening. We aren't just going to read off a list of steps like some instruction manual.
No, definitely not. Our goal is to pull out the core framework, the non-negotiables, so you can build a skincare system that's customized, effective, and actually works for your skin. It's about decoding the science of layering, moving past just basic washing to targeted protection and real repair.
Okay, let's dive in. Foundational truth first. Skin is our largest organ. It's our frontline defense against everything out there. Toxins, pollution.
Everything. A good routine isn't just vanity, it supports your overall health. I mean, the sources mention conditions like eczema, which apparently affects up to 20% of kids in the U.S. Keeping that skin barrier strong is absolutely vital.
And that strength, it starts with what you call the golden rule of application order.
That's the one. And it's actually pretty straightforward once you get it. It's all based on texture and density. You must apply products, starting with the lightest texture, think watery things,
Yeah.
your most water-based products, and move towards the heaviest texture, which are usually your most oil-based products.
Okay, but why? I mean, if I put on my thickest, richest cream first, isn't that hitting my skin with hydration right away? Seems logical.
It is hydrating, yes, but think of that thick moisturizer like a raincoat or a seal.
Okay.
Your lighter products, especially those expensive serums, packed with active ingredients like vitamin C or peptides, they're formulated with tiny molecules specifically designed to penetrate deeply into the lower layers of your skin.
Right, they need to get in.
Exactly. If you put that heavy raincoat on first, those lighter products just can't push through the barrier. They end up just sitting on the surface, maybe evaporating, not doing their job.
Yeah,
You want the treatment deep and the seal last.
that makes sense. Penetration versus sealing. That's the key distinction. And, our source material really hammers home another fundamental rule, one that I think everyone ignores, myself included sometimes. Absorption time.
Oh, hugely important. Yes, you absolutely have to give each product a moment. Let it sink in, let it dry, let it finish its task before you layer on the next thing.
Especially with the strong stuff.
Especially then, if you're using, say, chemical exfoliants or retinoids, layering too fast can cause products to sort of ball up or pill on the skin.
Ugh, I hate when that happens.
Right. And it reduces how well they work. Or even worse, you could cause irritation if different chemicals that aren't meant to mix are sitting wet on your skin together.
Okay, so order matters. Timing matters.
Mhm.
Now let's get into the when, because what your skin needs first thing in the morning is totally different from its needs at night, right?
Completely different goals. The sources really highlight this. Morning is all about prepare and protect. Nighttime is focused on repair and recover.
Prepare and protect. Makes sense. You're heading out into the world.
Exactly. The morning routine is designed to first gently remove anything accumulated overnight, a little oil, maybe some sweat, then refresh the skin, and most importantly, apply a shield. A shield against pollution, environmental stress, and especially UV rays that you're going to face almost immediately.
Okay, so walk us through the typical layers for that protective morning routine.
It's usually pretty simple, actually. You start with a gentle cleanse, nothing harsh needed. Then maybe a toner, if you use one, helps balance the pH.
Okay.
Next up, your targeted serums. This is often where vitamin C or other antioxidant serums come in. Their job is to fight off free radicals and add another layer of defense against environmental damage.
Got it. Antioxidants.
Then a light hydrating moisturizer. Ideally, find one that already includes some SPF. After that, eye cream if you use it, and then the crucial final step, a dedicated separate sunscreen application.
And you have to reapply that one, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. If you're spending time outdoors, reapplication every couple of hours is key.
Right. Okay, so that's the day shield. Then the sun goes down and the whole game changes. Nighttime routine, repair and recover. Now we're dealing with the day's grime, makeup, sunscreen, dirt, pollution. It all needs to come off.
And this is where things can get a bit more involved. Often, it requires adding a really crucial first step, pre-cleansing.
Like a double cleanse.
Exactly. If you wear makeup, especially long-wear formulas or those heavy mineral-based SPFs, you really need something like a cleansing oil or a micellar water before your regular cleanser,
Why not just scrub harder with the regular one?
because you want to dissolve and lift that surface layer gently. Aggressive scrubbing can irritate the skin barrier. Double cleansing ensures everything. Makeup, SPF, grime is removed without stripping your skin raw.
Makes sense. Okay, so skin is pre-cleansed, then cleansed. Now it's ready for the serious work, the treatment products.
Precisely. This is prime time. Stage 2 is for your specialized treatment toners, any spot treatments for blemishes, and your nighttime serums. Our sources specifically mention that nighttime is the optimal window for the heavy hitters.
Like retinoids?
Retinoids, yes, for cell turnover and anti-aging, peptides for firmness, and also chemical exfoliants like AHAs and BHAs.
Okay, you mentioned AHAs. We hear about those a lot. If salicylic acid is a BHA, what exactly are AHAs doing?
Good question. AHAs are alpha-hydroxy acids. Think ingredients like glycolic acid, lactic acid. They're water-soluble, so they work mainly on the surface of the skin. They're great for improving texture, dealing with sun damage, that sort of thing.
And why use them at night specifically?
Two main reasons. First, they can make your skin more sensitive to sunlight, increase photosensitivity. So using them at night avoids potential irritation or sun damage during the day. Second, like retinoids, your skin is in repair mode overnight, so they can work more effectively without interference from UV light.
Got it. So cleanse, double cleanse if needed, treat with the potent stuff. Then what? Seal it all in.
Yes. You cap everything off with a moisturizer that's usually heavier than your daytime one, or even a thicker, more occlusive cream or night mask sometimes. The goal here is twofold. Slow down transepidermal water loss, that's the moisture your skin naturally loses while you sleep, and provide deep replenishment while your skin is doing its recovery work.
Okay, this structure is clear. But now the big variable, customization. We've laid out the steps. But using, say, a heavy cream designed for dry skin on oily skin, that's not going to work.
It's a recipe for breakouts, yeah. Or irritation the other way around. The stats are pretty telling. Something like 40% of people identify as having dry skin, and maybe 30–40% have oily skin. You have to tailor the ingredients to the problem.
So let's start with dry skin. The main issue is lack of natural oil, or sebum, right? So the goal is hydration and fixing the barrier.
Exactly. You need products that do two things. Draw moisture in, and crucially, prevent the moisture already there from escaping. You need to lock it down and rebuild that protective barrier.
So what ingredients should someone with dry skin be looking for?
You want to mix. First, humectants. These are ingredients that pull moisture from the air into your skin. Hyaluronic acid is the famous one, holds tons of water.
Right.
But then you need sealants, often called emollients or occlusives. These provide the lipids, the fats, that rebuild the skin's barrier and physically stop water loss. Ceramides are fantastic here. They're naturally occurring fats in your skin barrier.
Okay, ceramides, hyaluronic acid, anything else?
Yes, rich, natural fats and butters can be great. Things like shea butter, cocoa butter, squalane. And interestingly, our sources mention purified beef tallow.
Wait, beef tallow? Seriously, that sounds really old school, like something my grandma would use.
It does sound unexpected, doesn't it? But some dermatology guys actually recommend it highly. The reason is fascinating. Its fatty acid profile, especially the amount of oleic acid, is remarkably similar to our own natural skin oil, our sebum.
Huh, so it's biocompatible.
Incredibly so. It can help restore those lost lipids and lock in moisture really effectively, often without irritating even sensitive skin. It's kind of a back-to-basics approach that works.
Okay, mind blown slightly. Now let's flip to the other end of the spectrum. Oily and acne-prone skin. The goal here is totally different. We need sebum control, pore clearing, especially considering, wow, 85% of people aged 12 to 24 deal with acne at some point.
The key word here is regulation, not stripping. You don't want to completely eliminate oil because that can backfire.
Backfire how?
If you strip the skin too aggressively, the sebaceous glands panic and actually produce more oil to compensate. It becomes a vicious cycle.
Ah, right. So gentle is still key, even for oily skin. What kind of cleansers?
Look for gentle foaming cleansers or gel cleansers, and definitely make sure products are labeled oil-free and non-comedogenic, meaning they won't clog pores.
And the power ingredients, the must-haves for controlling oil and breakouts.
Salicylic acid is a big one. It's a BHA, beta-hydroxy acid, which means it's oil-soluble. It can get inside the pore to dissolve blockages and exfoliate.
Okay, salicylic acid for pores. What else?
Niacinamide, which is vitamin B3, is brilliant. It does multiple things, helps regulate that excess sebum production, reduces inflammation, and can even improve the appearance of pores.
Niacinamide, got it.
And for active breakouts, sometimes you need something stronger, like benzoyl peroxide, to kill the acne-causing bacteria. Maybe tea tree oil for a more natural antibacterial approach. But again, the paradox is crucial. Avoid over-cleansing or using overly harsh products. Gentle regulation is the aim.
That over-cleansing mistake, so common. Okay, one more type. Combination skin. The classic oily T-zone forehead, nose, chin, but maybe dry or normal cheeks. How do you possibly treat two different conditions on one face?
It really requires a targeted approach. You sort of treat the zones differently.
Okay.
Start with a general, gentle balancing cleanser that won't strip the dry areas or overwhelm the oily ones. Then you apply specific products only where they're needed.
Like what?
For example, you might use a mild astringent toner or a mattifying serum, but only on the T-zone. Then, on the drier cheek areas, you'd apply a more hydrating serum, maybe something with hyaluronic acid.
So spot treating, essentially.
Pretty much. Look for ingredients that are generally balancing and good for most skin types, like hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, again, it's great for both oil control and hydration, or soothing aloe vera. You apply them strategically.
This really highlights how personal skincare is. And as our sources show, it's not static either. It has to evolve throughout your life. What works at 15 is definitely not what you need at 50.
Absolutely not. Think about babies and young children. Skincare is minimal. Gentle washing, maybe a simple natural moisturizer, and crucially, sunscreen. That's it.
Then the preteen years hit. Hormones start changing things.
Right, around 10, 12. This is when you introduce the basics of a routine. Consistent nighttime cleansing becomes important. A light moisturizer. Daily sunscreen, always. Maybe gentle exfoliation once or twice a week if needed, but keep it mild.
And then the 20s, what's the focus then?
Prevention really kicks in. This is the ideal time to start incorporating antioxidants like vitamin C into the morning routine. Fight that free radical damage before it shows up as wrinkles or sunspots.
And maybe retinoids.
Potentially, yes. Depending on skin concerns and goals, the 20s can be a good time to introduce a retinoid for proactive skin renewal and to start stimulating collagen synthesis early.
And then 30s and beyond.
That's when routines tend to become more comprehensive. You're often dealing with existing signs of aging, so targeted treatments become key. Higher strength retinoids, peptides for firming, AHAs and BHAs for exfoliation and brightness. It's about maintenance and correction.
Now, something that often gets disconnected from the lotions and potions, but is hugely important according to our sources, what you eat. Diet has a direct impact.
A massive impact. You can have the best routine in the world, but if your diet isn't supporting skin health, you're fighting an uphill battle. Think about it. Your skin needs raw materials to repair and build itself.
Like collagen. Right, everyone talks about collagen.
Exactly. And to build and maintain collagen, that structural protein that keeps skin firm and youthful, your body needs building blocks, primarily protein from your diet, and vitamin C is essential for the synthesis process.
Okay, protein and vitamin C for collagen. What else from diet helps?
Omega-3 fatty acids are critical, found in things like fatty fish, flax seeds. They help maintain the skin's lipid barrier, keeping it hydrated, and they're powerfully anti-inflammatory.
Inflammation seems key.
It is. Zinc is another important mineral, helps regulate oil production, and is vital for wound healing, so it's great for acne-prone skin. And the simplest one, water. Hydration from within is absolutely non-negotiable for plump, healthy-looking skin.
So what foods should we maybe limit if we want happy skin? What's actively working against our expensive serums?
Again, think inflammation. High glycemic index foods are a big one.
Like sugary stuff, white bread.
Exactly. White bread, sugary cereals, sweets, sodas. They cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, which triggers inflammation throughout the body, and that can definitely worsen things like acne and rosacea or just general redness.
Okay, cut back on sugar spikes. What else?
Dairy is a controversial one, but some studies do suggest a link between dairy consumption and acne for some individuals. It might be related to hormones naturally present in milk, which can potentially stimulate oil glands.
Worth experimenting with cutting it out if acne is persistent, maybe.
Could be. And the obvious one, alcohol. It's incredibly dehydrating for the skin, which leads to dullness, makes lines look worse, and it can also cause flushing and redness.
Good reminders. Before we wrap up, let's quickly clarify something you touched on: topical collagen. People buy collagen creams and serums expecting miracles, but our source material says maybe temper expectations.
Yeah, this is a really common misconception. Collagen is absolutely vital for youthful skin structure, we know that. But the problem is the collagen molecule itself is huge.
Too big to get through the skin.
Far too large to penetrate the skin barrier effectively and actually get down into the dermis where it needs to be to make structural changes. So, most topical collagen products, they act primarily as moisturizers, hydrating the surface, which can make skin look temporarily plumper, but they aren't rebuilding collagen deep down.
So if we want real collagen boosting, we can't just smear it on. We need ingredients that tell our skin to make its own.
Precisely. You need ingredients that are scientifically proven to stimulate your skin's own natural collagen production processes.
Which brings us back to
The heavy hitters we discussed for nighttime repair. Retinoids are the gold standard for signaling collagen synthesis. Peptides act as messengers telling cells to build more collagen. And high concentrations of stable vitamin C are also crucial cofactors in the collagen production pathway. Stimulate, don't just spread.
Got it. Okay, this has been incredibly insightful. Let's try and distill the absolute core takeaways for everyone listening.
I think the two biggest things are master the order, always lightest, most water-based products first, moving to the heaviest, most oil-based ones last. And really understand that fundamental difference between the morning and night routines. AM is for protection, PM is for repair.
And the absolute baseline, if you do nothing else.
Cleanse, moisturize, and SPF. That's the non-negotiable foundation for everyone.
And if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by all the options and ingredients we talked about, just remember, skincare is a science, but it's based entirely on your individual skin. You have to listen to it and customize accordingly.
Absolutely. And that principle of customization, tailoring it to your physiology, that's universal. Which actually leads to a really interesting final thought from our source material.
Oh, what's that?
Well, we talked about all these specific needs, but the source noted that dermatologists generally agree there's really no fundamental scientific reason for skincare routines to be drastically different for men versus women.
Really? Despite all the for men products out there.
Right. The principles of cleansing, treating specific issues, moisturizing, and protecting are the same because the underlying skin biology is largely the same. Any differences you see in products are often just about specific grooming habits, like ingredients to soothe shaving irritation, or marketing choices, like different fragrances or packaging.
So the takeaway is that healthy skin principles are universal. It's not about gender, it's about your unique skin type, your age, your environment, your concerns.
Exactly. What truly matters is finding the right regimen tailored to you. So maybe a fun thing to mull over after this. We mentioned zinc is great for regulating oil and helping skin heal. What's the most zinc-rich natural food you could maybe add to your dinner tonight to give your skin a little internal boost? Something to think about.